Hello, everyone, and welcome to our short trade talk, Markets the Week Ahead. Today, I'm going to discuss with you Nifty 50, Bank Nifty, what are the levels, what is the derivatives data telling us, and some stocks to watch where we see momentum. So, let me start with the major news drivers for the coming week. Tuesday, October 3rd, we have the Indian PMI, which will come. Wednesday, October 4th, we expect the Japanese PMI index to come. Thursday, October 5th, we expect the US PMI index and the jobless data to come out. Friday, October 6th, we have the RBI interest rate decisions and the credit growth to come year on year. And Saturday, there's a GST Council meet. So, this is basically what we expect in the coming week. Again, it's a data packed week. This time around, no IPOs to track. Let me talk about what happened in the global markets in the past week. So, as you can see, in the past week, Hang Seng, Dow, they corrected well, as well as the DAX. You see that it's corrected well. On the Indian front, the Sensex fell about 180 points, and the Nifty about 35 points. So we got some cuts, but a very minute cut. So let's talk about which stocks did well and which stocks didn't. So Bajaj Finance, Coal India, ONGC, L&T, NTPC, some of the top gainers of the week. We had a mixed bag of gainers. And on the losing side, we had some IT names. So we had TechM, Infosys, LTI, Mindtree, Titan, and Asian Paints. These are the stocks that had some big movements in the week. So let's come to the FII and the DII figures in the cash market. Throughout the week, FIIs have been net sellers. They've sold about 8,400 crores in the cash market. So FIIs have been constant sellers, and hence you've seen the crash in Nifty that came in the last week. DIIs, on the other hand, have tried to negate the selling. They've been net buyers. They've bought about 8,143 crores. So that's about the FII and the DII figures. Let me go to the Nifty chart analysis very, very quickly and tell you what's in store for Nifty. So we'll start with Nifty on the daily chart. If you see Nifty, as you can see, stopped its entire fall, which was all the previous red candles, with one green candle that came on Wednesday. So Wednesday was a hope for the bulls, where Nifty took exact support from the moving average. So you can see how from the moving average, Nifty is taken support. Not only did it take support from the moving average, but also the trend line that we've drawn. I'll zoom out a bit to show you this trend line. It's touching three lows. So there is a high validity trend line. So Nifty took support from that particular trend line and moved up. So bulls had hope that there would be continuation in trend. However, the next day, we saw markets crash drastically, about 192 points cut, which was the expiry day on Thursday. So Thursday seemed to be in the grip of bears. On the other hand, Friday seemed to be a relief. So if you see, there are two green candles in the middle. There's a very big red candle. So on the daily basis, if I have to kind of talk about trend, what I would personally do is track the high and the low of the red candle. So the high is somewhere here. Okay. And I will draw a line here to track the low. The low is somewhere here. So break of either of these will talk about where the trend goes. So let me tell you in exact figures. The high for this red candle was 19,766.65. Don't forget to mark a alert and ensure that you mark these two levels, which is 19,766.65 on the upside and 19,492.10 on the downside. So if 492.10 is broken, you can expect the markets to slide and come towards the next support zone. However, if this level or the low is maintained and the high is broken, you can expect some retracement. So this is on the daily Nifty chart. Let's come to the weekly. Weekly looks a little more clear. And weekly, just to tell you, looks like a very small doji. Okay, this candle is a doji, basically undecisive candle, where there is a wick on the upper and the lower side, and the body is very tiny. So basically, it was a volatile week. So let's again track the high and low of the week, which happens to be the red candle high and low. So that not only is the red candle high and low, but it's the weekly high and low as well. So these are two important levels that we'll track for the coming week. If 19,766.65 is taken out, we can expect some retracement on the upside. If it's broken on the downside, expect markets to correct further and give you and take the next support. On the monthly time frame, if you see, the chart looks totally fine. The monthly candle looks okay. September has been a month where, in spite of the fall that we've seen from the 20,200 levels, Nifty still managed to keep in green. So that's something. Why? Because from the previous open, if you see 19,258, from there we've only moved upwards. So that's about your monthly candle. So Nifty in that sense seems to be okay. Let's track what the next week has in store for us. So that was Nifty chart analysis for you guys. Let me talk about some important levels that you must track. Support one is 19,609. These are weekly levels. Support two is 19,214. Resistance is 19,858. And on the upside, 19,984. So these are important levels that you must track. Let's talk about the open interest of what the derivative data is showing us. So on the derivative side, if I actually go out and see the open interest, the weekly highest open interest is at 19,800, whereas in case of puts, it's 19,600. So that seems to be the range within which the week is, could remain. Let's talk about the monthly open interest levels. Obviously, we are at the end of the month, but the monthly open interest levels is for calls is 20,000 and for puts is 19,500. So that's a good 500 points of difference between the OI, highest OI. Let's go to Bank Nifty. Having understood what Nifty is doing, let's go to Bank Nifty and track what Bank Nifty has in store for us. So in the daily chart, if I come to the Bank Nifty chart, again, somewhat replicated what Nifty has done. I'll just zoom in for you guys. Yeah. So someone replicated that one candle with a long lower wick. So that shows that buyers are in control. The next day, gap up opening did not sustain, but did not even break the low. And again, on Friday, the last trading day, we had some green up move. So this is about Bank Nifty. And if you see, Friday's top is about 44,755. And the previous top, which is the green candle top, which is important for us, is 44,756. 1 point difference. So this is an important level. Again, I'm going to mark it for you guys so that you guys remember. The top of this candle, which is here, so trading above that zone will kind of again retrace upwards. And a break of this will ensure that prices come down further because, again, the bears will be in control. So these are two levels that we're going to watch out for. Let me tell you the levels. The 44,200 levels, somewhere around that. And on the upper side is 44,756. So this is something that you guys are going to track for the next week. Let's talk about the weekly chart. The weekly chart, again, in Bank Nifty itself, there is a doji. So this is another signal. Remember, doji is undecisiveness. Price goes up, price goes down. Finally, it ends somewhere where it opened. So this you can see is again a doji. Again, the two levels that we have drawn are at the high and the low of the doji. So what's important is if the next candle, which is this week's candle, if it breaks the top, you can expect price to retrace. If it breaks the bottom, you expect prices to come down further. On the monthly chart, if you see, the monthly chart still looks okay. If you've seen, it's kind of taking support from this. So this was the previous monthly top. I'll draw a line. I'll draw a trend line. This is the previous monthly top. All these candles are somewhere taking support of that. So, basically, this is what we see whenever candles take support, like there is a multiple support zone. These are strong levels, and probably ready for the next move. So that's about Bank Nifty. Let me take you to some important levels. So supports and resistance in terms of Bank Nifty, 44,260, 43,608. Resistance, 45,229 and 46,325. These are weekly support and resistance. So mark them on a weekly basis. In terms of open interest, the highest open interest for calls on a weekly basis, the weekly expiry is at 45,000, whereas for the puts is at 44,500. So this is the 500-point range that you should look out for, on a weekly basis. However, on monthly, 46,000 is the highest OI, which is very close to the previous top we made, and 44,500 is the highest put OI. So this is about your Bank Nifty open interest levels. where the open interest lies on the higher side. Now, the most excited part of the session, what you guys are waiting for, some stocks showing momentum. Okay, some momentum stocks making 52-week highs or all-time highs. So there are three stocks in our radar. Some of them have been on our radar for a while now: NTPC, ONGC, and Coal India. So three stocks. I'm going to quickly show you the charts and show you why we feel there is some momentum here. So let me first take you to Coal India. Coal India, first daily chart. The daily chart looks very, very attractive. The way you can see most of the candles making higher tops, higher bottoms. Come to the weekly time frame. When you come to the weekly time frame, you will see that there has been a clear breakout, right? Clear breakout. So from the previous top that it made, okay, I'm going to draw a trend line from the previous top that it made. So this is the previous top that Coal India made. Once it broke that top, it created a new top, two weekly sideways moves, and again made a new top. So again, Coal India is at a new top. So worth following. So this is what Coal India looks like. So it's been like the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks on Coal India have been very, very high in terms of the momentum. Let me take you to the monthly chart. This is how the monthly chart looks. So on the monthly chart time frame also, if you see this trend line, this trend line on a monthly base was the previous top. It's comfortably crossed that previous top, and now it's going to 2018 levels. So this entire up move for Coal India is Coal India is back to these 300 odd levels, very close to 300 after 2018. So that's a very long time. So interesting setups happening around this stock. The other stock that we spoke about was ONGC. ONGC, if you come on a weekly time frame, you will see that it's come to its Feb 22 top, very close to its Feb 22 top. So this was the Feb 22 top, and this is where the stock is. Obviously, if you see the weeks, they've all made higher tops, higher bottoms. Very interesting trend following setup here as well. We should look out for when it breaks this top and breaks out. So this is something we'll track. On a monthly basis also, if you've seen, it's made higher tops, higher bottoms. So there's some momentum here as well. Let me quickly show you NTPC chart. NTPC, this is how the chart looks. So NTPC, I had showed you in the last week as well. We saw a breakout here. I will just zoom. This is where we got our breakout. Some sideways move after the breakout. So this is how the chart looks on a weekly basis. The previous time that NTPC was here was somewhere in Jan 2008. So this is a multi-year breakout, Jan 2008. Hoping that if the trend continues from here, it trades at some fresh levels, right? New all-time levels. So NTPC has to be in your radar on your watch list for sure. The next, I'm going to go to the USD INR chart. We've been talking about USD INR week on week. So I've been telling you since the weeks that we are discussing that USD INR is actually narrowing in terms of the range, waiting for a breakout. So the weekly chart, this is how it looks. Definitely waiting for a breakout. If I see these candles, the highs are very close. For this candle, the top is at 83.22, 83.18, 83.32, 83.27. So 32 seems to be the highest top now. Let's track. If it's being crossed, you expect some upside to come. Otherwise, it's doing some sideways move, waiting for some breakout. I'd drawn this trend line in the last time we discussed. So this trend line is definitely broken by these candles. We need to wait and see how it's breaking out from this triangular setup. So that's about USD INR. So that is about our weekly wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed it and are benefiting from the analysis that we're giving you week on week. Don't forget to comment here if you want us to add something. Please show us your love by liking and sharing it with all your trader friends. And don't forget to check out the Fisdom Academy website, where you have courses on technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and a lot of trading content. Use the code YT20 for special discounts. So this is all for our YouTube followers. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Happy trading. And this is Nainesh Thakkar signing off. I hope you enjoyed our video.